Australia's Victorian High Country. Where to start? The High Country is one of those places that every year lures me in. It was one of the first places I began filming content and spent a vast majority of time exploring as my love for four-wheel driving and camping grew. Unmatched mountain views, picturesque gorges, rivers and campsites you will not find anywhere else in the world quite like it. Welcome to the Victorian High Country, one of the all-time greatest off-road destinations. Proudly supported by Outback Equipment and in part by After we came off our camp last night on the Midda River, we made our way into Omeo this morning where we topped all the cars up on fuel and got a couple of groceries. And then from there we came out to Dog's Grave, which I've never been to before, but it's a bit of a, what do you call it, like a...
dark place.
Yeah, dark name. A little bit of a depressing name for a place, but there is a dog's grave over there about, I don't know, I have to go read the story. Do you want to read the story? What was it about?
A dog.
But was it like a man and a dog lived here or something? Or?
No, it was about a tree.
I don't know, there's some story over there anyway about a man and his dog. But yeah, it's a beautiful spot out here in the forest, and once you come up from Omeo, you're back into like this alpine environment where you got like all the ferns and the little streams and the snow gums. It's beautiful up here in the mountains. We're just chilling out here having a little bit of lunch, and then from here we're sort of going to start winding our way through to Dargo. Hopefully we can get through from here via a few various tracks. And as I said, I've never been to this area of the high country before, so it's just going to be making it up. This is where we came from, up here, Omeo direction, and then yeah, along all this down to the Dog's Grave. And then here's Dargo down here, so I don't know, maybe having cracked this like Mezzomate spur onto Murdering spur track. I don't know if we've ever explored these tracks and yeah, sort of navigate our way down to here. Down to one of these beautiful high country rivers. So after we left that Dog's Grave, well, yeah, we just made a mess of it. After we left that Dog's Grave for lunch, we followed down that main road a bit, and then we tried Messmate spur track, but it came to a dead end. I've blocked that off down there a little bit for some reason. So I came back out and we took Dane track, and that's the one we're on now, which has come down into the valley here. Little swim here where the two creeks meet. You got this mainish one and then a nice little clear one coming into it, and then up out Murdering spur track we head. Murdering spur, that sounds fun.
That's what you get for dunking me in the damn water.
Alright, we're into Murdering Spur track now. It started off very steep and loose and rocky up there. This track is bloody steep and I'm bloody hot from running the camera up and down it, holy dooly. This is a very steep rocky track. It's just first gear low, rear locker in and nice and slow and try and crawl up all these rocks and steps. Awesome track though, super fun. We're up the top of that track now, back on the main sort of dirt road through the area, and we're going to continue out on the road towards Dargo, maybe try and find a camp soon as well. Alright, time did get on a little bit since that track this afternoon. It's coming up probably 8:30 now, and it was a mission of a drive sort of all the way around into Dargo. Then we've come from Dargo onto the Wanangata River, where we've eventually found a campsite. We have found an awesome spot here on the edge of the river, and we're all just getting set up and organised now, so this will be us for the night.
See how quick this is. Oh, here, guys. Don't. Can't see you go.
Awesome little spot we had here on the Wanangata River last night. Just had some brekkie and just in the process of cleaning up all this mess. I realised yesterday I lost my fuel cap. I'm not sure if I left it, didn't even put it back on when I filled up at Omeo, or whether I just didn't put it on tight enough and then it's rattled off on the tracks, but kind of got a taped up fuel cap. That's a bit annoying. And realised I didn't pack the spices very well in this drawer because I had a couple come open yesterday, so I've just had to pull everything out and trying to clean this drawer up and do all the washing up and everything. And then we've got to come up with a little bit of a plan of what we're going to do today, because we're not too sure about that yet.
What the? Whoa!
Just about all packed up. We're going to have a swim here in the river and then head off. I got this drawer set up all cleaned up, and then Demi repacked it all, so it's all nicely done now. Hopefully we don't have any more accidents on the tracks. And all the spices and herbs went everywhere through it all. Alright, we're on our way to Tabbitville. Sort of came in past that Kingswell Bridge, and then I think this is like the Crooked River track, or it links onto the Crooked River track. This is the first of a few crossings of, I believe it's still the Wanangata River that we camped on last night, and it is up a bit at the moment, so they're a little bit deeper. I'm just being a little bit cautious of the patrol with no snorkel, but the intake point's up pretty high on it still, like up in the bonnet, and the patrol's so high up anyway, so I don't think we'll have any problems. Geez, these crossings are pretty deep. Just nice steady throttle, first gear low and keep it going. You're not really going to get stuck in them. The worst thing that's happened on these crossings is people hit them too hard and just smash water up in the engine bay and break something, so you won't get stuck. First gear low, nice steady pace, and you're all good. Gonna pull up here on the edge of the river and have a swim, I reckon, and have some lunch and just sort of take it easy today. There's no need to be rushing around everywhere. And look at this view of the mountains all around you everywhere. See that track way across going up the mountain there? When you look at the mountains in the high country, there's just tracks up the side of all of them everywhere. It works so well parking the two cars next to each other, then putting out the 270-degree awning on the patrol, and then opening up all your slide out kitchen here on the nav, grab out a table, and you just got the perfect lunch set up. And then for keeping food cold this trip, obviously around there I'm just got the Bushman's 85 litre, so that's got a little freezer in the top of it too, so we've been having ice poles and stuff out of that. And then just to carry extra food on this trip, the patrol doesn't have a dual battery system yet. It will be coming, but we just got the esky in the back there. It's got some ice in it, so that's, you know, then we got heaps of cold storage. Come off that Wanangata River and Crooked River track, well, a lot of rivers there, and then we've taken a left heading up a track I haven't been up before, but heading up the mountain range again, up onto the top of the ridge line, up towards Cynthia range track, I believe it's called. And then from here we're sort of heading north along the range towards Mount Sarah. Yeah, we're just kind of making it up and see how we go. We're on this Cynthia range track now. It's like a basic simple track. I'm actually in high range, 4-wheel drive, but just incredible views all of the mountains all around you. Definitely one of those high country tracks that you're well and truly aware you're way out in the mountains here. came off that Cynthia range track onto Wombat range track, and now we've chucked a left and we're heading down Herne Spur, which I've done once before. We're heading down it, so it'll be all good, but it's one of the steepest tracks I've done in the high country. It's very, very steep, this one, and it just depends on the condition of it, of what it's like trying to get up it, because it can get very chewed out with big holes and that in it. One tip with going down very steep descents like this is if you've got a rear locker, put it in. It just really makes a big difference in helping control the car as it goes down. Just because as the front's compressed, going down, the back gets a bit lighter and the back wheels do start to lift a little bit here and there, you know, especially if you're going into wombat holes. And then once one lifts, it starts to free spin and then just speeds up your whole car and it just sort of jerks down the hill a bit. You can lose control of it. Whereas obviously if you got that rear diff lock, they're both just going to consistently travel at the same speed the whole way down. But down the bottom of this Herne Spur track and you just arrive at this magical high country river through the gorge here. It's so clear, so beautiful, warm water, and yeah, straight across the creek. You crisscross this river a few times on this track now. Of course I have to walk the camera across it every time and then come back and get it. Dad's back having a swim at that first crossing, and then Demi and I said we'd just poke up ahead here a bit and try and find ourselves a camp for the night, and then we'll call him out over the radio. So obviously while we're out here in the high country, all got the UHFs on the car. Well, not all of us. Dad and I have both got a UHF and antenna set up on the car, which gives, you know, pretty good distance out in the mountains. Sometimes I'll pick people up like 10 kilometers away on another range or something, but I'm staying at the front, Dad's staying at the back, so we can always keep communication. Then Demi's staying in the middle because being the less experienced driver, and also that she doesn't have a proper UHF and antenna radio set up on the patrol yet. I do have one at home, it just needs to go on, but I always carry a couple like the handheld 5-watt ones, and they seem to give maybe a K or so, seem to get plenty of distance out of them. So Demi's just running this one. It's a 5-watt handheld from Oricom, but yeah, it gives plenty of distance, and being that she's in the middle, it's never a drama, and that way we're always in communication. But yeah, definitely worth having all this equipment out here in the high country. The last thing you want is to lose each other on the tracks out here. Found ourselves a nice grassy campsite here, just the river's only just down there, and yeah, nice open space here. Demi's just moving the car back in, and now you got to make it look pretty. There's no point having a camp if it's just shambles. It's got to look nice. Then we'll have the 3 vehicles, then we'll be all set up in the middle here. It's only about 6 o'clock. We definitely wanted an early camp tonight, because I think like every night it's been nearly 9 o'clock getting to camp, like nearly dark. So we're pretty worn out from this trip, to be honest. So we got some wood there, some nice person's left some wood, plus there's plenty more over there to cut up, and yeah, we'll be able to sit down, relax, maybe have a swim, get this fire going and enjoy it down here in the high country. Got some lemonade ice spice.
Oh,
okay.
so delish.
Not sponsored, by the way, not sponsored. Not sponsored, making that clear, not sponsored.
Not sponsored, guys.
Are you serious? Hello. Yes, hello. I know I'm famous, but can we welcome something else?
No, we're not welcoming anyone.
Welcome something else to the show. Say hello. What,
Hello,
something
guys.
else? Say hello properly. We are businessmen.
I'm not a man.
Or woman.
Or woman. Okay, that's enough.
God, these people. Okay. So, as you can see, the Drifter Stockton rooftop tent.
Wait, what are we doing here today? Was this a rooftop tent review?
Yep.
Okay.
So the Drifter Stockton rooftop tent and the G-Works ladder. I'd just like to say, G-Works, if you want to do this ladder, it gets so dusty, so can you add a broom with the mix? Get that sponsored too, by the way. Because G-Works, you're great, so sponsored right there. Okay, everyone go to G-Works and enter code TILES10 for 10% off.
That's not a real code, FYI.
So it unzips like a normal tent obviously would. And you see, as you can see, if you got a spare tyre, but then. So yeah, because it gets really muddy, so you got to wear shoes or thongs up here. So that's why I'd say include a broom or like something. So if you get in here, a lot of room. It's cozy. We got the pillows, and you can even double stack. You can go real high and just own the place, really. Nice room for some blankets, you know, just chilling out, eh? Nice days, eh?
What material is it made of?
What material
Yeah.
is the pillows?
The rooftop tent.
Oh, it is made out of koala fur.
How many decibels is it?
How many? I don't know the decibels, but I know it's made of koala blood.
And what's the litre capacity on this one?
It's not. It doesn't hold water.
Never mind. Thanks for the review, Malachi.
Shut up.
Back to camp.
We're not back to camp. Good luck. Go to drifterstockton.com.au and enter code TILES999 for 999% off your order.
This is Stanley.
Gonna cook up a little bit of dinner by the fire here tonight. We are cooking, what are we cooking, like saffron rice?
Saffron rice with veg korma.
Vegetable korma curry, chickpea, veggie dish.
Why do you make it so complicated?
I don't know, I just wreck everything.
No.
Veg korma, that's all you had to say.
It was said and I just took it too far.
How many?
None of those.
Starting by cooking the rice, so we've got 2 cups of rice, and then we're going to do 3 cups of the saffron mix, which we just prepared. So this is water with...
Did you say we?
You heard what I heard. Saffron sprigs.
Saffron and a couple vegetable stock cubes.
1 vegetable stock cube.
While the rice is cooking, gonna dice up some veggies and chuck them in the frying pan. All the water's evaporated from the rice. I'm gonna turn that off, pull it off, and then just sit it while I cook the veggies to finish steaming through. And we'll chuck this on. Probably should be cooking this on the fire, but I've got the gas cooker and everything set up here, so I'll just go here. Got the potatoes on first, sort of just cooking the veggies in order of what needs to cook longest. So potatoes first, I'll get some oil to put in there. Let those potatoes cook through for a little bit just to soften them up. We're going to add some spring onion now and some capsicum. Then we're going to add in broccoli next, some mini corn, some green beans. And then lastly some zucchini. Add in the chickpeas. And then the korma paste. Coconut cream. That's dinner cooked. Sit back and enjoy the rest of the night. In the process of packing up camp. Beautiful night down here on the edge of the river and down in the valley. There's been one car pass this morning and a couple passed last night after we set up camp. There is a few four-wheel drives out here, being in the summer holiday period. But the high country is one of those places where there's just thousands of camps everywhere. Everywhere you go there's campsites, and there's no time that it's too busy to come here, unless like you're going to the main popular campgrounds that can get a bit busy, but just head out to the tracks and there's just so many places to explore and things to see and camps and all that. I've been here like in the Christmas holiday periods, I've been here in the Easter holiday periods, and while it can get busy, there's still just heaps of spots to be found to yourself. It's one of the things I love about the high country is the vastness of it, and yeah, how much there is to see and do and explore for yourself. Another thing I love about the high country is there's so many awesome paper maps for the area. So I've got a heap here. It's obviously just a big Victorian map. And now I've got this high country one, which is kind of an overview of the whole place, but still has all the tracks pretty much. And then this is just like split up versions, where it has more detail and a bit easier to read if you're in like a smaller area and you want to see the detail of it. So there's Dargo, and that's where we camped last night. And then yesterday we made this run through here, Crooked River, up on a Cynthia range track, Wombat range track, down Hern Spur, and that's where we camped at the moment. And then today the plan is to head like up along here, maybe Water Spur track, up onto this, and then up onto Twins track, and then come up over there at Mount Hotham, probably camp up somewhere there tonight. Anyways, we'll finish packing up and hit the tracks.
What do you mean? I've been
We're just chilling, having... We're up the top of that. Come off that. Because as the, I don't know how to explain it. And then once they lift, they just start to, once one lifts, they just, so I just got like, so Demi's just running this one. It's just a
pick up yourself a drifter, a drifter Stockton bin for only $999,999. And use code TILES822 for $822 off.
Perfect, yep, that's accurate. Let's just hope that these dicing pieces are small enough to cook through with the rest of the vegetables as we cook them.
Well, I don't actually like potatoes, so I don't really want them to be in there. But no one cares about me, of course.